Have you ever felt like you were hitting a wall when using Trello? Like you were doing something wrong, but you couldn't figure out what? Well, today we're going to dive into a concept that might be the culprit: Trello's rate limit. Imagine Trello as a restaurant. You can order as many dishes as you want, but there's a limit to how fast the kitchen can prepare them. If you order too many at once, they might start getting overwhelmed and the quality of your service might suffer. Trello is no different. It's a powerful tool, but it has its limits. Defining rate limit. So what exactly is a Trello rate limit? It's essentially a restriction on how many requests you can make to the Trello API within a given time frame. This API is what allows you to interact with Trello, whether it's creating boards, adding cards, or moving things around. Common rate limit issues. Slow performance. If you're noticing that Trello is feeling sluggish or taking a long time to load, a rate limit might be the culprit. Error messages. You might encounter error messages that indicate you're exceeding the rate limit. These can be frustrating, but they're a sign that you need to slow down. Limited functionality. In some cases, exceeding the rate limit can prevent you from performing certain actions altogether. Understanding rate limit types. There are two main types of rate limits in Trello. Global rate limit. This applies to all users across the platform. It's designed to prevent excessive load on Trello's servers. Individual rate limit. This is specific to your account. It's based on factors like your usage patterns and the plan you're on. Tips for avoiding rate limits. Batch operations. Instead of making individual requests for each action, try to batch them together whenever possible. For example, instead of adding cards one by one, add them all at once in a single request. Use Trello's bulk actions. Take advantage of Trello's built-in bulk actions to perform multiple operations on cards or lists simultaneously. Optimize your Power UPS. Some Power UPS can be resource-intensive. Be mindful of which ones you're using and how often you're using them. Consider a Trello business class plan. If you're a heavy user or working on large projects, a business class plan can provide higher rate limits and additional features. Real-world examples. Let's look at a few real-world examples of how rate limits can impact your Trello experience. Automation scripts. If you're using automation scripts to interact with Trello, be careful not to overload the API. Break down your scripts into smaller, more manageable tasks. Integrations with other tools. When integrating Trello with other tools, make sure both systems are configured to respect rate limits. Large-scale projects. If you're working on a large-scale project with a lot of team members and data, you might need to be extra mindful of rate limits. Trello is a powerful tool, but it's important to understand its limitations. By being aware of rate limits and taking steps to avoid them, you can ensure a smooth and efficient Trello experience. Have you ever encountered rate limit issues in Trello? Share your experiences in the comments below. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.